Welcome to the 2013 Wisconsin Property Tax Refresher Training. My name is Cindy Prindle and I'm the developer of the software, and I'm also Training and Professional Development Manager at Hawkins Ash Baptiste. I'd like to get started by taking a look at the files that shipped with your property tax template. We'll pick up the demonstration from there. Final product right in here. So when you unzip it, what you're going to get will be these 4 files. Now, the property tax G, since both of you have used the product before, the G stands for general, and I presume that's the one that you're going to be using. It's basically the Department of Revenue's PA 003. And so that's been all updated, all the links are updated, all the composite conversion factors are updated to the 2013 conversion factors, so that's all ready to go. The second Excel file is the property tax L. L stands for La Crosse. Because we're a La Crosse-based company here, the city of La Crosse has got their own version of the PA 003, so that's bundled in there. If you do not have any La Crosse, city of La Crosse clients, you probably will never use that, but it's because it's something that I throw in the bundle. The other one is a README, and that includes the directions and instructions, some cautions. And then you have the current, it's a PDF file of the Wisconsin Assessor List taxing authorities. And so that's just a PDF, and it lists them statewide in the state of Wisconsin. So I'm going to start with a README, and just as a reminder and as a refresher, when you get the template next week and you unzip it, what you want to do is when you're ready to do the rollovers, you want to make sure your Excel security is not set at a high level of security. That will disable the Visual Basic Code from running. So usually, we give away free support because we can afford to give away free support because we really literally have no problems with it. But I'm telling you this, when I get a support call, 99% of the time it's because the client's Excel security level is set to high. And so once they change it to a medium or a low level of security, you're good to go. And so in the instructions right here for the G and the L, basically, you'll see if you're entering data for an existing client that was previously set up on a template from last year, it tells you what to do. And I'll go through that. It's just 2 really quick steps. But notice in red and in bold, and it's underlined, it's all over the place, Excel security level must not be set to high. It'll work in a medium and a low level of security. So you'll see that, basically you import, you hit yes, it rolls over, you update, and then you save it. Both templates are read-only, so it forces you to save it with a new name. We recommend using consistent naming conventions, and before you do the rollover, you want to make sure that you know where last year's template is stored, because it's going to ask you to browse out and grab last year's template. The second part of it, and this is only 1 page, is if you're entering data for a new client, it's a client that has never been set up in the template previously. Basically you have nothing to roll over, so you have to set it up manually the first year, and then it'll be ready to roll over subsequent years after that. At the bottom of the instructions, it does tell you where to reach me. This number right here, the 608-793-3120, is my direct dial number. So that bypasses our switchboard and you get right to me. And if you have a question, you have an issue, definitely let me know about it, because if you are, maybe somebody else is. But like I said, usually it has to do with Excel's security level. Okay, so any questions on the instructions? Easy enough.
It's the same as last year.
Same as last year, Tom. Yeah, I told you could do this. Okay, now I presume that just because of your locations that you will be using, both of you, the G. So what I want to do is I want to start with that. I'll take us through a rollover 1 step at a time, and then I'll do it in real time, and you can literally see how you could actually roll over a last year's return in literally 10 seconds or less. So I'm going to open up the G. You're going to open it up. And again, as I mentioned, it's a read-only. That's for your protection, so you don't accidentally save somebody's return over the template. Tom, it looks just like it does last year, only the dates, the year is different. Also, I've added this little FEIN number right in here because that was added this year, but pretty much everything else is the same. You've got your schedules broken down, you've got your contents. This is just another way to navigate the program, so if you want to go to a Schedule F, you can click on that and it takes you there. This takes you back. But most people in the accounting world are good Excel users, so remember you can always click on the sheet tabs, and that is another way that you can navigate around, to get where you need to get to. If you recall from last year, the published composite conversion factors I've updated, and you'll now see built right into the template itself. So you'll see the factors for years 2 through 13. Click on this tab, factors, years 14 through 25, and then 26 through 35. Boy, is that fun programming all those little 3-digit codes in there, but they're all set up, and then they're linked into the factor sheet and into the various schedules, within the template. So you don't have to worry about looking anything up. It's all there. So I would begin on Schedule A. And what you want to do is, if it's a client that you want to roll over from last year, all you do is you click on this button, Import Prior Year's Client Data. You click on it. It asks you if you want to continue. It could take up to 30 seconds depending upon the type of machine you have. I'm going to choose yes. Again, you have to know where the last year's template is stored. I grabbed a couple clients, and these are actual clients of ours from last year, but I changed names and addresses for demonstration purposes. Okay, so let's say this client is the Madison Property Tax. I'm going to choose Open, click on it, and it basically rolls over. So that's the first step. All the various, names. Again, I changed names and addresses, so these are all pretend, just to protect the client's confidentiality. The one thing, so that's the first step, and you'll take a look, if you take a look through the various schedules, anything that was entered last year, but right now they're a year off. So there's a second part to it, and that's clicking on this update button. So once you click on this update button, and I do the two right away, really, what it's going to tell you is it's going to bring balances forward and it'll align them with the appropriate year and each of the schedules, and then it clears out data that needs to be cleared out for the new year. So you're going to choose yes, and now you're ready. You're ready to go. You're ready to enter your adjustments, your disposals, your additions. The only thing that I might add is that check boxes don't roll over. So you'll have to recheck, cities, anything with a checkbox that you check, you'd have to recheck those. But remember, all the various schedules are linked into Schedule A, and they're all rounded to the nearest one. And even if last year you had your preparer data in there and your email, we obviously didn't, that would all roll over, so you don't have to worry about doing that again. So, basically, if we take a look at each of the schedules, these 10-year conversion factors are all the new 2013 ones. So what you would do then is you would enter any of your additions, disposals, or transfers in each of the schedules. One thing that there was a little bit of confusion on last year was somebody that used it the first time, and I want to make this clear, is in every page there's a supplemental page. So for example, if you have a client and they have more than 4 boats or watercrafts, what you can do is there's a supplemental on all of these on the bottom of the sheet. So you'll see this blue dash line, which is where the page is going to break, and there's a supplemental page. And so you would only use this if you ran out of space from up above. And really the only one that I'm aware of, at least that we encounter here, is the Schedule H. We must have a client that has a lot of stuff like this, and if you take a look, we've got a couple clients where we've run out of room here. So if you take a look down here, you can add additional pieces here, and these totals automatically link into the main totals back to the Schedule A. But you would only use this if you run out of space up above. Okay. So that's really all there is to it, because it's a read-only. When you go up and you click Save, it's going to force you to save it with a different name. And you want to do that because if you save it, you're saving it over the property tax template itself. So what you would do is you would choose OK to save, and I might call this 2013, I'm just going to make client PPT1 or something, you know, so whatever naming conventions you standardized upon in your organization. So that's really all there is to it, you know. Then you would close it when you're finished and you do a second one. Now I'll do a second one in real time. But before I do that, do either one of the two of you have any questions on anything you've seen?
No. Nope.
Go ahead, Tom, say it. It's the same, except for the conversion factors, pretty much. Okay, so I'm going to do it in real time. I'm going to do the next one. So what I would do is I would open it up, click on prior years, yes, browse out, find my last year's client data folder, find it here. Okay, I did Madison, I'll do Rice Lake this time. Again, I changed name and everything. It's going to roll over, and then what I do right away is I'd update it right away. So then you know everything is in alignment. So then I'd hit update, I'd choose yes, and now you're ready to go. So now you're ready to jump to your various schedules and enter any additions, disposals. So if there was a disposal, let's say of 978 here, whoops, okay, you see how it'll adjust that, and it'll take, you know, it'll take it by the appropriate conversion factor. Let's say there was a disposal of 500 here, so it'll adjust that, take that, and you see how the updated totals then will link back into Schedule A. So that's really all there's to it. Save that one. What we do is we have actually a single person spend a whole afternoon just doing the rollovers, you know, prior to, you know, like she'll be actually working on it probably next week, so they're all rolled over and we're all set up and ready to go for the new property tax season. So that's all there really is to that. Again, I close it and then I would do my next one. Do either one of the two of you want to take a look at the La Crosse? Do you have any clients within the city of La Crosse?
I don't currently.
Tom? Tom?
I'm sorry.
Oh. Oh, okay, okay. So I definitely could demonstrate that for you. I just let you know is if you ever do, it works exactly the same way. So there's an import button. Now the only thing that I want to mention to you before we wrap up here is if you have a new client, hey, you're growing, you know, through, you know, acquisitions or getting new clients, and you've never set them up in the template before, all you do is you hit this delete import buttons, and then all the data entry cells are the ones highlighted in yellow. So those are the ones that are triggered to do the rollover. So as you create a new client, you just have to the first year manually enter in that information. And same with the various schedules. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. But it's all kind of the yellow highlighted cells that are your data entry cells. Okay. That is it. So if either one of the two of you have any other questions, you know, thank you for participating today. I wish you the best of luck in the tax season coming up. And if you do have any problems, I didn't mention this to you, but if you do have any problems, my email and my direct dial, I know I mentioned, is in the instructions. But there is this very last tab about HABCO. And you see right here is my, you know, email, our website, and actually how to reach me. That's my direct dial number there as well. So it's all over the forums as well if you need me.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. And have a happy holiday and a great tax season.
Thank you. Same to you.